Hey guys, Kelly the Texas Land Agent here. I'm sitting out on an acre of property I've got just outside Lockhart that's offered with owner financing. Beautiful opportunity, thought I'd come share it with you. But more importantly, we need to talk about something that continues to come up in a lot of conversations that I'm having. And since there's not a lot of clarity on it, I felt like it was time to maybe offer some. So what does utilities connected mean? What does utilities available mean? Does it mean that you can bring a house out here, plug it into a cord, and all of a sudden your electric works? You can listen to your music and watch TV on the back porch. Does it mean that if you spend $100,000, you can build a well deep enough that you're able to actually get some water so you can take a shower for more than 15 minutes at a time? The short answer is it means that both those things. It means all those things, and at the same time, it could mean none of those things. Simply because, like I said, there's not a lot of clarity in the industry. So let me help offer a little bit of that. Feels like when you go buy a gym membership. You don't go in and they tell you all the different fees beforehand in the marketing circular that you got or whatever they email you in the mail. Of course not. They're going to tell you the actual monthly rate. And it's always going to be around $1 a day, no matter how they slice it. And then you go in, there's all these upgrades. There's a fee for the initiation. There's a fee for processing. There's a fee for annual maintenance, whatever in the hell that means. And they just add all this stuff to it later. But their advertised rate still looks low. Applying for an apartment complex, no different. You're going to go in, they're going to tell you the base rate. They're going to give you a bunch of things free. Then when you go in, there's going to be a charge for the special trash. There's going to be extra charges for application fees, for renewal fees, for all these different nonsense. It's not something new, but at the same time, it's not the way that I do business. So when I'm going to tell you something about a piece of property, I'm going to tell you all the details, and we're going to talk through it. And if it's a fit, it's a fit. If it's not, it's not. So how do you answer the question about utilities connected? What does it mean? And how do you decide whether this is the right piece of property for you? So one of the many problems with the utilities question is that there's no standard. And so when there's no standard, that leaves space in the market for people to come in and kind of create their own standard, is a nice way of saying it. So at the end of the day, the question of how do you figure out whether utilities are connected and what does that mean to you financially as a cost of ownership on the land, you just got to ask. You're going to have to do your research. You're going to have to find out. You're going to have to not trust everybody if you don't get the answer that you want, and then go find the answer you do want. So, for example, I've talked to people who would literally bought a piece of property and right across the road is electrical line, and the company charged them $14,000 just to bring it across. I've talked to people where they bought a piece of property and the local water company just isn't offering meters anymore. So how much does that cost? It doesn't matter. You aren't going to get water. So hire a professional, ask the right questions. You can logistically put the property under contract with an option period. Give yourself a couple of weeks to be able to find out if electricity is available and at what cost, and then cancel and get your money back. That's an option. You can also just do the research, find out what's going on, call the local water department, usually in an afternoon, and they're going to give you at least some basic understanding. But keep in mind that changes. So if you buy the property, 3 years later you build on it, that may be different at the time. There may not be water available the way that it was. And so all those questions need to be answered up front, and honestly as quickly as you possibly can. So the moral of the story, the price is not the price until you know the total price of what it costs to develop that land and actually live on it. So do your diligence, do your research, hire a professional, and call me if I can be of any help. All right, appreciate it. Thanks a lot.